Guru Kripa Kevalam. Namaste and welcome everyone to Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai. Last questions.
Why did I still not get it?
Is that the last question?
Apparently.
Why did I still not get it? Why? It's astounding how much the why question is attractive. Is it? No? Versus the who question. It's just one sound, I and O. Just that is changed. The ver part is same. Ver. Ver. So how is it that this mind is more attracted to asking why rather than asking who? This itself is a big clue for us. To try and use the intellect to figure this stuff out seems to have become our conditioning rather than just to check and see what actually is. I know that you were saying in jest, but sometimes this can be like this, that we are going now for a short while. Last satsang is left. Yeah? Some short time. How will we spend that? I was here for a few months. Why didn't I get it? Or because now I can check now. He's apparently saying that the truth is available just here and now. He's saying that the truth is available completely and fully just here and now. So this pointer is very useful to bring us back to where it can truly be checked. Otherwise we just keep wandering. We'll keep wandering in the past, in the future, in the logical explanations. But the truth that is being pointed to in satsang is not available there. Not in the past, not in the future, and not in any explanation. So, let's use this opportunity here and now to see. And this presumption also that I haven't got it. You see? It's not true, because if you don't have it now, you will never get it. Not because, oh, you've been in satsang that long now, something like that. It's just so naturally what you are. So step out of this haven't got it versus got it paradigm. Don't apply these labels to you, because they don't apply.
It feels that actually most of the time I say I haven't got it,
Yeah.
but when you say things like this, it's more why as what I really am fully
Yes.
cannot see myself fully.
Her question is, why is it that what I fully am, why can't I see that fully? You see? In your seeing itself, there is nothing missing. You see? In your seeing itself, it cannot go missing. You see? This is not sight seeing, not the seeing of sight. You see? You know the seeing I'm speaking of. You see? It's not the seeing of sight. That which sees sight, you see, is not in this, even this paradigm of fully, partly, you see, shortly. You see? All these don't apply. It is only the concern for the non-existent one which seems to get in the way. You see? So the I that we are talking about is mixed up with the I that we think we are. Okay, what is the I that we think we are?
A stupid entity.
Stupid entity that we think we are not. You see? You see? So,
Tired entity.
tired, stupid, seeker, inquirer, getting it, not getting it, missing it, frustrated. You see? That is who we think we are. You see? We have to buy into that one? No? Yes?
Well, it seems that I don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
It's my reality.
If it was your reality, you see, then you would have to buy it. You see? Now, because you are here for reality apparently. You are here for reality. So if it was our reality, then I would say buy it. You see? But I can promise you cannot find this me whose reality it is. This my reality is which one? You see? Which one is that? Until we carry this monkey on our back, you see, it will seem like we keep missing it. Forget about this one. Forget about this one that's not getting it. You see? You cannot find it anyway. You see, because this position is also just an escape. You see, just like the get it position can be an escape. Why am I not getting it position can also be an escape. You see?
There is a lot of resistance in the world.
A lot of resistance can be there. You see? It will come, it is bound to. If there is resistance, does it mean that you're on to something or you're far from something?
No, it doesn't apply.
Huh?
It doesn't apply.
Doesn't apply. Resistance usually is found when the mind doesn't want you to go further there anymore. You see? Like that. You see? It's just like come. You see? And I know that some of you will want to run. You see? What's going on? You see? But that is why we should use this moment that is available. The question was very simple and is very simple. You see? The resistance has nothing to do with the question itself. It is what we think about ourselves that is getting poked. What is the question? Who remembers? Okay. The question was, do you perceive this hand? You see? You perceive this hand. Who is that you that perceives this hand? Who is the I that perceives it? Something as basic as that. You see? What is there to run from it?
You know, I try to answer this question
Yeah.
after this satsang.
Yeah. Come closer so we can hear.
So it was not broadcasted this.
Yeah. Friday.
And, so after I stayed with this question, because during the satsang I kept on saying, I see.
Yes.
I see this.
Yes.
I didn't know exactly what was the content of I,
Yeah.
but there was I,
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
I. And the day after, I woke up from a dream, and really there was no difference between what was seeing the dream and what was seeing the waking up of
Yeah.
his body and whatever.
Yeah.
I cannot explain really with
Yeah.
words and stuff,
Yeah.
but there was no I witnessing this, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
But of course I was there, but
Yeah.
not as the I take myself to be.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And it was yeah, there was no personal feeling or anything, you know.
Yes. 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 So then what is the answer now?
There is something that sees. I don't know what it is, Father.
Yes. That something is known how.
Because this, it's like a space. I don't know how to say, but this space is here to see. I don't know if it sees. I don't know how to say that.
What is the message in this pain? Does it have anything to do with
No, I'm
that?
tired, but I don't know. It's a mix of physical tiredness and of course, yes, certainly. It's tiring also because I'm looking a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I don't want to put too much subtitles on it, you know. But yeah, I was telling Ira also that the other day I could see the ego poking and
Yes.
you know all this. And she said something beautiful. It's Rupert? No, Leo.
From
Actualize.org.
Yeah, say.
Do you want to say it?
You can say it, people do not.
He was saying that actually in the growth, it's not always like a straight line that
Yeah.
goes up, and the ego and the poking also serves the growth, and it's and it's the up and down. It's like a curve more than ours, you see. And yeah, so I don't know, but there is a lot going on actually at the moment, like resistance, wanting to run or whatever, but and frustration or potato, whatever
Yeah.
you want to say.
Yeah. The frustration means what? Frustration means that the idea of either not being able to grasp it or having grasped it, lost it, isn't it?
Yes, a
Yes.
little bit like that, because I know what it is
Yeah, yeah,
not to feel as a person,
yeah, yeah,
and I know what it is to feel like a person
yeah,
also.
yeah,
And this I don't like. It's just, it's too tiring.
yeah, yeah. This I, you see, this I, just forget about it.
But it's simple like this.
Huh?
You think it's simple like this? If it was simple like this, there would be one satsang, we keep on coming back like, banging the head on the wall, why, who, when, what for, and W, whatever.
Yeah, except who really. So this I that knows it and feels like they lost it, and they don't want it anymore. They know what it feels like to be free. They know what it feels like to be a person. They want free. They don't want person. This I you have to leave. And it is simple like this. Gone now. Now it's just the voice of the temptress will come. You see, come. It's not actually gone. Come on, you have to stay like this. But you saw this 5 years ago. You see, like that. You see? Again. You see? He'll try to tempt you back.
You don't have earplugs for this kind of voice.
These are kind of earplugs, you see, in the sense that if it became like a limited state where I have to shut myself away from this voice, then that would not be freedom, you see. So you're living on this busy street, all this sound can come and go, you see, but you are not touched by any of it. You see, the same way this mind can also just come and go, but you are not touched by it. You see, so the only thing it can really tempt you with is your identity. You see? It says if you stay like this, then you'll actually be free. Who is that story about?
Obviously, there is a buying of those and a listening of those voices,
Yes, but there's a difference between the listening. The salesman can come and sell, and you hear the offer. You see, but the buying implies your assent, isn't it?
I have a lot of money for them.
A lot of money. They seem to have some good offers also. You see, but at the center of all their offers is someone that you are not. Even in this report, which you said that I know what it feels like to be free, I know what it feels like to be person, and I really don't want person, you see? Or locate that one.
Does this come from? This I at the beginning of almost all sentences
Yeah.
we pronounce. It has been formed at some point.
Yes. It is not natural. That's why I was asking that who does this I represent? This I who doesn't want person, even that one, who does it represent? You see? And the thing is that why am I chasing down and shooting down everything that we claim to know? Because it is our knowing which seems to get in the way. What we think we know. You see? I come and say every day that actually just check whether you actually know anything ever happened or what should happen in the future. You see, and you check and you see that no, it's just I cannot confirm any of this really. You see? And yet our religion seems to remain with that, what we think we know.
But I cannot confirm even this I. You cannot
Yes,
confirm.
yes. So isn't that such a beautiful I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
good, okay, don't know.
Yeah, but you know, you know. Where does this I comes
That
from?
is really not the question.
Okay.
You see, who are you? Even the complainer of where does this I come from?
It's coming up as a energy.
Yeah, but who are you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but who doesn't know?
I don't know him either.
Yeah, so how we make that claim?
I don't know.
You cannot figure out the answer. You see. You will not find it in your intellect, your emotions, anywhere.
When, for instance, this morning I was listening to yesterday night and this morning to the Satsang of the week
Yes.
from Guruji. And so he was leading someone to what is here
Yes.
when we don't think of anything. You know?
Yes.
This is here. This is the only thing that doesn't change.
Okay.
I cannot say, oh yes, I am this or that. I don't know. I'm aware of this. I'm aware of this.
Yes,
is here.
that even this we can use. This which is aware of this is what?
I cannot find.
Is there some distance between the one that is aware of this and this itself?
No.
Now don't use the term I till you find an I who it is representing.
thoughts
Yeah.
floating in the space.
Yeah. What else is floating in that space? Everything is floating. Is there an eye also floating around? There is? Where? Where is it? It's perceivable just like thoughts and action. That eye is also perceivable?
Yes.
As?
It's like included in the sentence.
It's part of the thoughts.
Yes.
Yes. But no entity like that.
If I say I don't know now,
Yeah.
I feel a little bit coming back to the me who doesn't know.
Mm-hmm. Then what can you say? What if, so when you saw that all there is this, you see, what if you let I represent that one?
I have to focus.
You see? Because this I really is a pointer that can point to a limited aspect of your existence, or it can point to the absolute. You see? Now, if it feels like too much to let go of it completely as a pointer, you see, then isn't it better then to at least point it to something which is more apparently true? You see? Then rushing back to the limited one.
Yes.
Isn't it? So we checked and you said that yes, there is this thisness or isness. You see? And there is no separation between it and I. So if you were to use I for that one, what it would be? What would it be like? Make a report about yourself as that one. what can happen to you? Nothing. Have you got something? Can you lose this?
It seems just that attention can go either on thoughts that are arising,
Yes. Yes.
suggesting that I'm limited, but or just attention back to myself.
Yes. And let attention go wherever it wants. Even if you stare at the thoughts, you see, what will you actually lose? And can you become that which it seems to represent?
Cannot become, but I can believe.
You can believe. You see, so that's the only trick. So if you try to control your attention too much, also that becomes like very constrictive at times, like a very strong spiritual sadhana or something like that. You see? And then you can feel like I must not look at my mind. You see, and the mind will come stronger. Look. You see? It's just like someone comes and says, don't look at the hand. Then you say, don't look at the hand. Something feels attracted there, and you don't have to get into that push and pull. Easier is to let everything come and go. You find no evidence of the one that the mind could be representing, isn't it?
I find no evidence of what the mind could be representing.
Yes. Of the one that the mind could be
Oh,
representing.
yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's just a representation.
Just a representation, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Just a painting, just an image, you see? Not even a painting actually.
It's insane, that's mad, that's
Yes,
crazy,
yes,
it's cuckoo.
Yes.
All my life is based on this
Yes.
craziness,
Yeah.
you know? I really wish,
Now who are you representing?
to be more focused on myself,
Yeah.
my true self.
Yes. Hopefully, it's just was an imaginary friend. So who perceives the hand?
It's just inside of this.
Remember that I'm not listening to your answer. I'm listening to who's answering. There was a sense after last time Satsang, so what is the real answer? It's not what, it is who still. What time is when you have to go?
We have past 4, 5.
4:30, 5:30.
4 or 5,
No,
something
5.
like this. Still an hour.
The boys have been missing out on all the fun. Did you get the question? No. Do you perceive this hand? Who is that one that perceives it? Okay, just to give a bit of context, not that it's so important, but just to share a bit more, is that somehow we got to Guruji's Pirana question, which was, can the perceiver be perceived? You see? And as it was being asked, I realized that really we've not asked it. You see, because we get sidetracked by, okay, so what does the mind start saying when I ask myself this question, can the perceiver be perceived? Or what is the state that starts to come? You see, these kind of things. Rather than answering the question, can the perceiver be perceived? You see? Then we made it like a bit simpler and said, okay, you perceive this hand. You see? Who is the one that perceives it? Who is the one that perceives it? Is it you or no? You perceive it. What is this you? Who is this I?
There's no answer for it. You are the answer yourself. But it's when I say about it, it's a concept, because when I went and opened a proper book, and then he answered this. He said, meet Robert Adams. Okay. But when you meet Robert Adams, it's not Brahman, it is not silence. Because when you talk about it, you objectify it.
Yes.
You are not the object, you cannot
So,
see it.
So the talking or keeping silent about it, let's keep it secondary. You see? The recognition of this one, you see, is fundamental. You see? What words emerge, even I am not so concerned about that actually. You see? But just because it is unspoken does not mean that it cannot be recognized. You see? So even to conclude whether you are missing it or recognizing it is not the intent of this inquiry. You see? It is to push you beyond the... Okay, let me not say. So, and it's not so complicated actually. You perceive this hand? Yes. Who is that one?
There's a seeing. There's a seeing.
There's a seeing. How is that seen?
The seeing is just seeing.
The seeing is seeing. What does it have to do with you? Who is the owner of the seeing?
I think the entity is getting mixed up with the seeing.
Who sees that? An entity is getting mixed up in the seeing. Who sees that?
There's no answer for that.
But the answer is not also that there is no answer.
I have not gone into that where Robert Adams says is the you, the real you,
Yeah.
which is me and everything in the universe,
Yes.
or beyond it.
Yes.
But I have not gone there. No?
Yeah. So who has not gone there? Who is this concern about?
That I have not experienced.
This one. I'm asking about this one who has not experienced it. Who is that one? Who is this one? The one who could experience that, or the one who experiences this. This one is which one?
Oh, it's so beautiful. We all know the answer. When we say we don't know the answer, or whatever we say,
Yeah.
it's the same I who is seeing, same I who is. And you say it's who is it is representing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing,
Yeah.
whatever we say.
Yeah.
So we all, even in saying that, or even when we are frustrated, crying,
Yeah.
we all know that answer.
Yeah. Yeah. Is
So
it
that answer is so obvious.
obvious? So what is this obvious that we seem to be missing? You see, this is good.
Easiness, that
Huh?
easiness. When I sat in front of you, that easiness came, okay?
When I sat in front of you, the
That
ease
was,
came.
that was a past, okay?
Yeah.
But then that was a glimpse,
Yeah.
okay? The easiness, that weird easy feeling, you know? It's not an effortless, it is an effortless place. But it's At that time when you know it, it's so simple. It's so obvious and so simple. But it went away. Just went away.
Okay,
Back
and
to-
who is left?
Back to the old groove,
Yeah.
Stuck.
So, and it's also a little irritating when you're feeling stuck and someone else comes and says, but it's so obvious. It's just like, oh, I was there. I can understand that. You see, I can understand this from both perspectives in a way. So, but I'm asking, who is at the center of this story? The one that was easy, the one that is stuck now. Who is that one?
You can't get it with effort.
Yeah?
You can't try and get it. You can't get it with effort.
Can't get it with effort. So without effort, you got it?
Without effort, you are actually. When you ask that question, you're trying to get it. And then you make an effort and you can't get it.
Yeah.
You can never get it when you make an effort.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know this?
Yeah, I know that.
Acha. Now, effortlessly?
Effortlessly, I am that.
Aha, what?
Father, this
When I don't try, I am that.
And you don't try. When you try, what do you become?
I become nothing. I become bullshit.
Satsang language. So there's duality actually. We are speaking Advaita, but actually there is duality. You see, which is that when you try, you are not that. When you don't try, you are that. So that's duality, no? So it should be called Dvaita Satsang then.
Just relax. Just be easy, relaxed.
So the true I is a relaxed state.
It's not a state actually.
Then?
There's no word that can say that. But I don't know whether I'm really saying it or just, the B word I use. Because I don't want to be the B guy,
Do this one, this I, who doesn't want or wants, which one is that? What's so difficult in that question? She also said when she started, I know what it feels like to be unlimited, I know what it feels like to be person, I don't want to be person. Is it? So this one is which one? The same way you are saying, I don't want to be that one who's just speaking or something like that. Who is that one? The one that wants and doesn't want is which one?
It's an entity. Yes.
Where is the entity must have some form. No?
False.
Where is it?
It's false. It's a false.
So what makes the truth represent this false one?
Belief, thoughts, duality, everything makes separate. There's nothing in experience or without experience. There's nothing like I separate or me separate, something like that. It's just like these thoughts, they come in and they play. They make you believe the separation.
And the one that buys into the separation, which one is that?
this limited.
Already it is there. Listen to how it is. So good, we are looking like this is good. So limited one already sitting there. Huh? Then why does it need to believe thought for separation? It's already limited one. No? If it is sitting there waiting, you see, then already the limited one is there. It doesn't need to believe the thought for it to be limited one. You see, so where is that one? The one that is sitting there waiting for the thought to come.
It's the I itself. I mean, the one that is. I don't know how it picks up a thought, but they're not. I mean, in looking, there are no two eyes. There's no one entity I and then one separate I who's doing any looking.
The I who doesn't know is which one?
I'm not saying whether I know or I don't know.
You said I don't know how it picks up a thought.
Yeah,
This I is which one?
Yeah, exactly. This is the. It is like if I play as the imagined one, then I have many imaginary thoughts. I have thousands of thoughts that I can do it, I can't do it, I will lost it or not, whatever. And if they simply just, the same one, if it just looks as stays as the witnessing or whatever, you see that I saw that the one who was trying to answer all the questions that day was this idea, was the one I imagined, and I kept giving an answer from that perspective. That.
Okay, so don't go there. So I'm just saying that you say that if that one remains just as the witnessing, okay, so then the job should be clear. That one should just stay as the witnessing. But now my question is, can you leave it?
Leave what?
Leave the witnessing.
No.
Then what does stay as mean?
No, it doesn't mean to stay as the witnessing. It means to when a thought arises and says whatever. If as the witnessing I believe it at some level or whatever, then I start going. I start believing that thought to be me again. And if somehow it's just automatically, I don't know what happens, Father, but if it goes off, naturally it goes away.
What goes away?
The thought just arises or
goes
falls.
away. All thoughts come and go away.
Yeah.
Then?
But if as this engaging with these thoughts.
Yeah, to how to engage, like we said, what is that? I still haven't found a good term for this. Like, what is it?
Yeah, it's like
a tool that just.
Like you.
What is that thing you have? You seen that multi-pronged? What is it called? So you can just like that. You know what I mean?
Like an arm.
Yeah, like a mechanical arm or something with. It has a term.
There's no such mechanical.
No, that's what you say. Pick up. When we pick up, we are stuck. So what is it? What is this picking up?
That's what I'm trying to say. Is that it's the attention which moves here, there, or whatever, and it's concluded by me to be.
Just by attention.
Well, when the attention is on, in the perspective of, in the idea of being this person.
Attention is in the idea of being the person.
The attention was taken to be me. In the perspective of being in a person, the person and the attention seemed to be one. Like wherever my attention went, I had a sense that I had gone there, or whatever. It was like it represented me, or that voice, or it was just.
So if your attention goes, I am a green Martian, you'll become one, or you'll start pretending as if you are one automatically?
No, I won't. I'm not identified.
So don't think the thought, I am a green Martian. Don't think the thought. Make sure you don't think the thought.
It's not the.
So the thought will come, and then.
It's not the thought. It's the
attention. You said no. Attention
No.
means what makes it visible. What makes the phenomenal appearance seem to be there.
Yeah.
Then
Attention makes the thoughts seem to be something which I can.
so
lie or
the
not
next
lie.
thought that comes, give it your full attention. Don't try to withdraw attention from it. And then tell me what happens.
I have a choice of either believing it or not.
Who does?
So now it feels like that too, one who's just not in, who's just seeing it, and one who's struggling.
One who's struggling.
That's also a thought now. I can either believe it or not believe it.
Who can either believe it or not believe it is the question.
I know, Father, I know that's the question. And
I have to remain grim.
no.
So we looked at it and you saw that, okay, you first said it's attention that goes, and once attention is gone, then I seem to become that. Then you looked at attention and said, okay, I can stare at something also, it doesn't make it me. Then you say, I have to believe it. So who is this I who has to believe it?
It's the same. Imagine one who has to again believe it.
Imagine one itself is a belief or is the one that believes?
The imagined one is also believed in, and it gets big. You become through my imagination and belief. I buy this story of all this energetic me which is there, like very strongly or whatever. So then if he's like that thing is me. And
So how will this imagined one go? If it sticks around, just waiting for the next belief, how will it go? Is it here now?
oh, it can be on. No, I mean everything is here now. Everything can be here now.
Everything.
I mean, in the sense, all the sensations or all
But what about the imagined one, the person?
No.
No. Then if it is not there, then how can the person believe something that comes?
So the person is not believing.
Then who is believing?
I am believing.
Huh?
I am believing.
Who is this I?
I'm Father, I recognize that I'm not affected by anything that I may or may not believe. But I somehow, the thought that I recognize that, or that I am that, just doesn't, still holds has some belief in it. I mean, I'm still giving that some belief.
Which thought?
Huh?
Which thought are you giving some belief?
The belief that I'm still not free, or I'm still not what I actually recognize, that when you take us there is no desire, can never have, I mean,
When the thought comes, I am still not free,
yeah,
that still gets believed.
it still gets
Because you still
believed.
feel it is true. Belief means it's,
Yeah,
you
it
still feel it is
feels,
true.
it still feels,
But you can't find the one that is not free.
yeah, I can't find any entity, I mean, like
That could be not
yeah,
free
that could be,
or free.
yeah.
You can't find it. And yet you believe it to be true. If somebody came to you and said, my best friend has a serious problem but he doesn't exist, what would you tell them?
You're the one having the problem.
Which is?
Exactly the same thing, Father.
Yeah.
There is a frustration. I break my head. I cry. I do anything and small, like do whatever. I cannot find this imaginary I, which is just.
But who can't find it?
It's again like I don't know who is this doing.
But
this.
it's so natural for us to say, I can't find it.
Yeah.
So
but
who
I
are we
don't know
representing?
who. I really, I feel so lost, like
Who does?
with this iteration of.
It's
this
not
thing.
iteration, it's one time action.
Yeah.
Who feels lost? There is no recursive loop.
It's
You see,
just
the
the
mind makes it
thought.
like a recursive
Yeah,
loop.
it's like
But it's straightforward.
I'm made to
Who?
believe.
Who are you?
It's a non-limited consciousness who thinks it's limited
Mm-hmm.
for a time.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot express in anything like what I am, like what I. It's just everything is just a thought. For me, everything is just a thought.
Okay. For who?
I
For me, you say. Who is this one?
I don't know. Who
That is also just a thought?
Yeah. This is. I feel like everything is just a thought.
Everything.
Everything is just a thought. Like there is some. I can't even believe that this world exists. Like it looks like a big dream for me.
Hmm.
Like everything looks like a.
But
character.
real or dream is also just a thought.
Yeah, it's just a
Doesn't
thought.
matter,
Even
yeah.
I'm not sure of anything. This wobbliness is like killing me, and like I
Killing
can't-
who? But killing the thought or me?
Yeah, this thought is frustration. Like this thought which I picked up from
The
myself.
thought is getting frustrated.
Again, like everything is a belief.
Yeah.
I am.
So on one hand you say everything is just a thought. And then you said something which was like, but it's killing me. So am I supposed to take that as a good news that or if the me is being killed? You see? Then maybe that is auspicious.
For me, it's like I'm holding on to this for many years. I don't want to. This me says like I don't want to get killed. There is a fear of this me being killed, murdered.
Okay, where is it now? We'll keep it safe. Where is it? The one that doesn't want to die, where is that one? You see? So this, like, after even seeing so much insight and things like that, there can be this like a protection for एक किताब you see, and in that fear of the dissolution of this one, then in that fear there can be all sorts of defenses built in, you see. So it can play out as sometimes even as sleep, is like that, or sometimes anger, defenses. Don't tell me anything. I don't exist, but don't tell me anything. You see, like this kind of. You see, so, but it's good to expose this. That this is what's been killing me. You see, past few years. This one doesn't want to die, or I don't want to die. You see, this one we must bring to the light. You see, bring to your own light. Who is this one? You see? Nothing actually has to be killed or kept alive. Just everything has to be brought to the light.
Is it not this witnessing or the knowingness itself, which is knowing or witnessing the thought, catches the thought? And some thoughts it did not catch or go behind it.
It's a story.
I don't want to.
Okay.
You see, got my point, no? That
Yeah.
I'm not, because what can happen is that these terms also, satsang terms,
Yeah.
then can become just conceptual representation.
No, because I am saying
Yeah.
there is no doubt that everything is wrong without any effort.
Yes.
Whether it is I use the word knowing or witnessing
Yes,
whatever,
yeah.
or seeing
Yeah.
without any effort. But there is one doubt.
Yeah.
Is it not that knowingness is the brain knowing or
Which brain?
human brain?
Human brain?
No, see the perception. I am not telling perception. I am seeing you.
Yeah.
Okay? And I also know that I am seeing you.
Yeah.
Okay? And that knowing
Yes.
is not a report from the brain
Yeah.
or from the absolute knowingness.
Yes. Yes. How is that
That
to
is
be?
the only doubt that is
How is that?
troubling.
Yes. How is that to be known? That is the question, isn't it? So, whether it is the functioning of a brain,
Yeah.
you see, or it's some absolute unchanging,
Yeah.
you see, there. One way to look at it is to say, what is it from my experience? You see, the second is to say, okay, what could it be? So, what we experience itself seems to hold a greater place for us, because that's what brings us to like a peace or a tranquility or something like that. You see, because if you say human brain, but can you really confirm that this is true or your reality? Like, famous example, no? King Janaka, one night he had a dream. In the dream, he dreamt that he was a butterfly. Yeah? Then he woke up from the dream, and then he said,
Yeah.
I am not certain whether I am the king who had a dream of the butterfly, you see, or I am the butterfly who was dreaming of the king. You see? So is it butterfly brain or king brain?
Because even the king itself is a fiction.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But
There is
brain
no.
is not a fiction.
Okay, so you have a dream tonight in which you dream you are a king.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, if that king's body is cut up, is there surgery that has to be
Yeah.
done to the king's body? Is what is found inside the body fiction or fact?
And that time looks like a fact.
At that time, it seemed like it is a fact,
Fact.
but can you really conclude it to be a
At
fact?
that time I couldn't conclude it, because at another time when I
Yeah.
wake up, it is not so.
Yes, but when you wake up, there are another series of phenomenal perception.
Yeah.
How can you confirm that that is not
So,
a dream?
what I am asking is whether all this stuff produced by the brain.
That's what I'm saying. That so many bodies we experience. You see? Now, to conclude that one of those bodies experience, that brain must be the center of it.
No, knowing, all the knowing.
Yeah.
The knowing of the dream as well as the knowing of the waking.
Waking.
state.
Okay. So, in the dream, there is this body. In the waking state, there is this body and this
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
In the dream, there is another body, and presumably that body also has a brain. So, whose brain's projection is it? This one's or that one's?
Oh, that's
You cannot conclude. You see?
yeah.
So that's why many philosophers also said maybe all of this is just a brain in the jar. You see, there's just a brain, and there's nothing else. You see, but because they felt like there cannot be, there has to be a material reality. You see, without which all of this projection cannot happen. You see, which itself is flawed. Even that we cannot conclude. Why we need a physical brain?
So when we recognize, it will be, is it undoubtable because you without recognizing it. Is there any way?
Yeah, for me, I can say that I don't feel at all how this could be the product of just this brain. Because this one is
other
very
things
much.
are fine. Because witnessing is the
Yeah.
or knowing is the which is effortless. It's going on.
Yes, yes.
That's why whenever you ask, we say I see
Yeah.
that also, this
Yeah.
also.
Yes. So here it is so apparent as it must be there also, which is to notice that this one is very much part of the coming and going. Is it? And if this one, this entire thing is part of the coming and going, how can that be the constant? An aspect of this body that
Because
cannot
when
be
the
constant.
body is not the, I mean, that knowing is not happening in that body.
Huh?
When the body dies, the knowing that was there previously, which we may call it was the, he was having life now. The life has that knowing is not there.
So, so many of these stories of out of body experience, you see,
Yeah.
or near death experience, you see, all of these. So, for some, it can even seem apparent that they were no longer looking at this from this body, they were looking at it from the top of the roof and all of that.
Yeah.
Then, which brain is being used? You see? So, to conclude that it is like this one seems too limited in my experience.
When we look that, right?
Yeah.
Only we see.
Yeah, I see that this one also comes and goes with some regularity actually, if you have to give some credence to past and future, you see.
No brain is needed to experience.
Yeah, we have this experience, isn't it? That to presume that I need some material object to perceive seems very contrary to our experience. Of course, to the scientist, all of this will sound like crazy talk, but even though a scientist cannot explain that, could not this entire interaction be happening in a dream? You see? And if it is happening in a dream, then we would definitely be barking up the wrong tree by saying that all the intelligence is stored within this one aspect of the dream or something like that. You see? So it's at worst it is inconclusive. You see? But at best, if you were to go with what your experience of it is, you see that this one, anyway, I don't want to over-define it. Then that can give some fresh concepts that is the supreme intelligence or something.
Ade, you had asked us when we were that day, so you said, how do you know it is, you say I see, now how do you know it is I who is seeing?
Yes.
You said, how do I know it's I
Yes.
who is seeing? So that kind of, then I started saying, how do I know I'm I? I mean, how am I getting
So don't
that?
change the question also.
No,
So
so,
you're
yeah, so...
seeing the hand?
Yeah.
Who is the I who is seeing it?
But you said, how do I know it's
Yeah, how do
I
you know
who's
it is
seeing
you?
Yeah,
How do you know
I
it
know
is
it's
you?
me who's seeing it?
Yeah.
And in just doing that, at some point it just said that it came where there's nobody really seeing, like there's no person who's seeing anything yet, and that this person it was just a flash, it was just a story, it was just a story being
So
imagined.
who's seeing it?
No person sees it. There's no
I'm
like
not asking whether it's a person. I'm just saying who is seeing it.
If I refer to myself as I've been referring for a very long time, then that one is definitely.
I really don't
Okay.
want to get into what you've been referring to yourself as. I'm just asking here and now,
Yeah.
who is perceiving the hand?
I am.
Yes. This I, how is it, how you know it is you?
don't have to know that this is me. Like it's. It's not a conclusion that I'm making about now this is me or this is not me.
Then who is it?
It is this which is now present now. It's this which is.
Yes. How do you claim this one to be I?
I'm not claiming it to be I. I'm not claiming it like I see.
Yeah, but how do you call it I? It is you or no?
Yeah, because it is me and I don't have.
Yeah, so how is this? How you know it is you? You are not making it up?
No.
You see? Then?
Because I'm not two things on this, I mean.
Who is not two things?
The knowing, this which now is the very knowing.
Is the very knowing. How does it know itself?
Because to know itself also it needs to first breathe. It's just the knowing. I mean,
is it known as a perception? Is it known as a concept? Is it known as a sensation, an emotion?
No.
Then?
It's not known as anything.
How is it known?
Self-known.
Self-known means?
Means it knows itself.
As what?
As it doesn't. I don't know myself as anything. I don't know myself as something.
See what they're saying online. Stop it, Bob Newhart. It would seem the imaginary one is also a thought and cannot have thoughts itself. It is just another thought. that is thought to have other thoughts. The root thought may be just a thought, not even always present as thought. The funny thing is, neither self as seer and self as seen, neither can be found. Such a mind game to chase these concepts around is also just a thought. I see the hand, but not as a hand. I see what is without. I see what is without determining what is. These antithesis thoughts and these thoughts are seen by I, which sees, and that's all it does. But the question is prompting more about something. I know, though, a necessary thorn to remove these other thought thorns. Bhagavan said to be free from the I thought. But you are free from the I thought.
Which is the thorn that you had and then you throw to it?
Yeah?
Which is the thorn that you that and then you throw both of them?
Which is thorn?
Which is the thorn?
Which thorn? All of these are thorns, like who am I? Or even the reminder that you are naturally free from the I thought is also thorn.
Without association, you are that identity.
Without identification, yes.
So you stay here in deep immersion, no association, no thought, nothing. Then you're that, isn't it?
You see, but if you're still identifying with one who is staying there, or that one who becomes that empty of association, then you might still be carrying this like monkey idea with you, you see. That's why I'm trying to poke and make sure it's out, you see, because it's like I'm getting it if I just remain like this. Like I am getting it, you see? I'll get it like that. You see? So sometimes we keep reinforcing these thoughts to ourselves, you see, in the guise of progress, in the guise of coming to it or something like that. Don't refer to yourself as anything at all. You see, don't refer to yourself as anything at all. Don't try to get anything or lose anything. Nothing. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai.
Sadguru Shri Ananta Ji ki Jai.
Guru Kripa Kevalam.